Okay.
You're good.
We're starting the video.
I'm not.
Oh, is the video not working? Oh, yeah, gonna start. Nope. Yeah, okay.
Reed is excused absent.
Can you make sure that this?
First item on the agenda is approval of the August 18th meeting minutes. Somebody like to make that motion? Make motion. It's great. Somebody wants to second it. Is there any discussion or questions?
Spaces, maybe contest out.
I think that was a promotion.
It's a motion. I did summarize that. Oh, I think the trouble is always something. Oh, wow. Having some context.
That's 5.1 bullet point. Set or. Discussion. Sure. Legal spaces, two C members have concern from a commercial proposed. Staff verified that the other process did not have existing.
Well, yeah, I guess I thought my point was valid and looking balanced. With regards to master plan, not just at where this project is and also these area. So I feel like there should be a little more context to why. Nancy had a good point saying that less building or less units, why would we not have less commercial? So if somebody looks at this and reads it, they're like, what are they talking about too much? There's no explanation. So,
I think you need to provide language.
oh,
There's additional.
Motion.
So that below the motion, there's a reason for no votes.
yes, I don't think
But we're talking about, what she's talking about, something in discussion.
discussion. So, votes. I can just.
So Oh,
From that area.
yeah, it's right above other business, number 6. So voted no to the motion. Concerns on the amount of commercial space and natural gas. Nancy voted no to the motion. We decide concerns. Amy? Yes.
Take it away, Tom.
All right, single-family homes in the single-family zoning district that can be approved by staff. Projects in the low-density multiple family zoning district, even if they're single-family homes, are approved by the planning commission. This lot, 50 Whetstone, is zone low-density multiple family, and there are 2 single-family homes being proposed on 50 Whetstone. There's a little history that was in the staff report about 50 Whetstone used to be a zone high density multiple family. The previous owner looked to downzone it to low density multiple family as he was planning 4 single family homes on the property. Through the process of rezoning, well, rezoning is done by ordinance. And when the ordinance was passed and approved, it was limited due to his site plan to 4 single family, no more than 4 single family homes. There's some square footage limitations based on the number of units that would be there. If it was 1 home, that home couldn't be bigger than 10,000 square feet. If it was 2, 9,000 apiece, and so on. And in the low density multiple district, this lot is limited. Don't remember the number exactly, but it's over 23,000 square feet. So tonight you have 2 separate design reviews, even though they're on the same property. This had for a building B and building C. Both of these would be accessed from Cinnamon through a single family lot, 63 Cinnamon, which is also owned by the same entity. And tonight, with that entity is Click Click Boom Boom Click Click LLC or Coburn Development. And Tyler Arndt is here representing Coburn Development, who is the architect and to tell you about his project.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tom, for the introduction. My name is Tyler Arndt. I'm actually a designer on the project. Lead architect. Issues. Representing for us. Should we start with 63B and move into 63C after?
Well, the agenda item is.
So let's start with 63B. Share my screen. All right, so as Tom mentioned, we are on this site. We're proposing 2 houses so far on this site. As well, but we have capability up to 4. And the first 2 of those 4. So starting with 63B. So up to your left here will be 67 Mountain Road. This is a private feeder road that serves both houses B here, C. There is a built hammer set hammer shape that serves both of these houses. It will also be let's talk about our snow storage. So we've done the calculations. You can see in the packets provided our calculated snow storage just for driveways. And then we've also shown on this page proposed snow storage for the road. Fortunately, we have room on site to store snow a little bit uphill and most of it downhill. Site 63. Moving forward, looking at the landscape plan that we have proposed, this currently meets the town of Mount Crescent's landscape standards requirements. You can see our point values required and proposed over right corner of that table, as well as our calculations throughout that as well. Please reference the gross and financial square footage on 8070. We can click through our plans as we're presenting the design review. Quick look at the elevations and bring some material samples with me, so I'll pass those out after I put the elevations and material. So, these really quick. You'll notice that we are proposing standing seam metal roofs, steel metal panel for the grade portions on the sides, a reverse board and batten siding, lighter tan in these elevations, and then board torn concrete where that is also primarily on our chimneys. Also note that we have added our lighting per the town standard, ensuring that they're under 10 feet height, and the lighting selection that we made is outside of line. To bring some physical samples with us. These would be the two siding examples, as well as just a quick example. And then this, I'll just show real quick. This represents roughly the material that we would have for our roof. Same as that. Wall panel. Yeah, so it's the side that looks like the it's been pressed into this section. You can also see in the imagery up on the TV is a pretty good example of what that process looks like. Just one example. So we do have some visualizations within our design review set. I do have a rendering software program on my computer that I'll show after I put it on C and use that as a reference for you guys. In the sessions. And this one. we're going to have C. Definitely a sister house to 63. Very similar in size. This one is slightly smaller. Per page. Showing similar snow storage, as well as some additional just for driveway and house. A similar setup for our landscape plan, calculated on the table. Areas of the work. So slightly different materials proposed on the elevations for house C. Currently, we're thinking a zinc panel in the darker siding here, and then a natural finish cedar. Thinking something like a maple gap.
So is that what those one?
Yes.
This is design.
Yes, that is what we're you have those samples with me as well. This one is also uses board form concrete and similar stands. Sections. So this is our rendering software that we use to generate our views within our technical set. Similar to the things that you can see within that set. On the right would be 63C, so full per person. B on the left. We can see the access road serving across 63. Pullman. That's but also. Go ahead. Questions?
Corey, any questions for you? Just curious, is your, that lower deck on C, is that completely cantilever?
Yes. Partly in, partly out of the dirt. Forward portion. But it's supported.
Do we have an action needed on the driveway?
The feeder road. The feeder road, what was your, sorry, your question, like, the
Well,
fire department spoke about it?
No, the design bit itself, I mean, there's reference to civil drawings, I don't see any of that in here. And in the fire district's letters, there's references to those as well. That design approval would be,
You do have some there, do you have access to those towers? The driveway was in, the feeder road was put in 17, I think, and Tyler Hartwell from SU just went up there and did provide us with a letter. I did not put that in the packet or to the fire department certifying that it was substantially to design or to his design. And it was approved in 17 also by the fire department. We have the letters that the fire department has approved the feeder road, and then each one of the individual short sections of the private drive are accessing from the feeder.
so the design shown on the site, that represents the existing.
It does up to an extent. So there will need to be an extension of that. And so that's what that, kind of, you see the break point in there.
In the letter from SPM, it does state that this is the, it's kind of like the first layer, and when the project's complete, they'll have to bring up a few places to the final grade. There's always, feeder roads are required to be paved, and the original road was built, it was a deposit, and it wasn't going to be paved until the project was done. Obviously pave it while they're still having it.
And then, well, that's all I've got for now. I mean,
I don't see the sort of pyramid-like structure. So it would be under E. Is that just completely covered by the building itself?
Yes, so what we see of the camera stack is that's this kind of gray material here. So there is a portion of it that is exposed. We are working through how to fix that. The portion of it will be exposed, so it will be finished. Currently behind on this back retaining wall, you can see the grace there. There's a stone finishing on that piece. There's a strong possibility that that's what we use. But that
Or no, desirable.
Yes, absolutely. We do.
We need to do something similar, for the foundation.
Yes, so
Drill
this,
bit.
this edge here is right on the top end of that. And that would also.
But you won't need to do any kind of structures to actually support Unit C.
No. We've maintained independence from that. One, it's very difficult to make. We try to maintain structural independence from
And I noticed C has flat roofs. How does that work with snowy
So we
conditions
talked,
that we have?
yeah, we talked to our structural engineer and looked at a few different prices. We believe that our structure will be able, we know that our structure will be able to that way. The waterproofing is a detail that we're working through. We're definitely make sure that's one thing. In addition to that, we do understand.
Couple things, and just on the subject of Coppers and Treasure Center, in this area, the last year's have that. That's the 20-year warranty, so it might have to be more of a commercial application than. But that's business, yeah.
Yeah.
But on house B, right, I see it here on sheet A200. It looks like one of these sloping roofs is showing right onto the entry stairs. I think I saw it as you were cruising around that.
So we have planned to avoid those. I want to check.
Actually, roof, the flat roof that's over that outdoor seating. Patio. This one, when it slopes, doesn't mean it's.
And
It took me a while to look at that for a long time. to figure that out.
Okay.
To show how this interesting. So the shed of that roof is into this space here. Finished face. All of that is intended to shed past the entryway. Covers this entry, cover the opposite entry. At garage level. Also.
And you alluded to a house D, is there also be a house A? So, and all of these will be on the lot that is 50 foot step.
So A actually will be on 60. The lot 60. B and C are the only two that are. So this B can say
Right.
D and E, but D is proposed. We are thinking of access on it. So
Or this house.
in a future.
Or third bit.
A fourth on 50 Whetstone, and then one additional lots. That's zoned.
But the zone that has the GRA max is for four houses on 50.
Yes, that was for the down zoning of 50 west. It's right there. Not really, I mean, part of this project is the feeder road goes through 63, a single family zone lot. So they will eventually, propose a single family home that's shown on 63 Cinnamon. So there would be one home on, if max build out, one home on 63 Cinnamon 4 on 50 Whetstone. There's only 3 access from Cinnamon through 63 Cinnamon, and 1 access from Whetstone.
And then
Just confusion.
on house C, when I look at A250, are these structures really this high above the ground? Steel, I'm sure will be engineered, but aesthetically they look very. So maybe if these are kind of anchored, ground some stone, shaper up some mats, and it looks like this is gonna blow over.
Yeah. You're working with the surgeon here. There would be some process with that. And then the structure for our.
And then overall, I just think it's, we're gonna be maintenance factors for these roofs and we should use those wells, so.
Thanks, Sarah.
Oh, I just have one question. So the single kind of foundation is there right now. You know how it looks like layers down.
Correct. So that road, as I mentioned, is structurally independent from the homes. So they don't found up that element down.
Okay, I didn't see that. So that sort of kind of foundation that's there, does that belong to the UC? Are you gonna use
That's the
that?
hammer.
So that's actually the fire department. So you'll see on the site, a large turnaround, T-shaped turnaround. So majority of that actually is dedicated to fire truck access. There is a driveway access to house C is proposed to actually have the driveway off of the. So it's not.
So, landscaping. 5 trees planted on the neighboring lot. For those of you who know the lot that they're actually servicing. Okay.
We do own the lot. If that.
I understand how you do today. But the landscaping needs to be on the lot that its demand is generated. Okay. And when this first came through for rezoning, there was substantial discussion about the historic that skier access along the uphill side of the feeder road, which was eradicated, although it's still historical skier access. And your neighbors will use it. So I would suggest that you guys maybe try to memorialize that and actually make it a public easement. Okay. Well, yeah, but and it's largely where you're showing the uphill snow storage. So that I would ask you to do that just because they're going to use it. They've been doing it for 50 years. So
Pete, fortunately wasn't able to call. He did have funny experiences there during ski season. Where you could see where people were watching.
no,
So it's absolutely.
I thought they were going to go ahead and pave it. It's going to be the best sledding hill around. Yeah, right. So can you kind of describe how the feeder road access would be to the D building?
So that would be extended.
So it would just be a straight extension. It wouldn't have to wrap down the hill or anything like that. And then you guys have shared driveway access from Whetstone for the bottom to the lower house, right?
Yeah, and it's not proposed yet, so But that is.
And we're back to you.
Well, just looking at the site plan, and you've got some awfully steep slopes shown. What is the slope on those around the site?
In approximate. Roughly from one end of the house to the other.
Well, you see the grading shown around the pad up above for the hammerhead and the area that's labeled,
Yeah, it's about
what is this slope?
almost straight in some locations and it starts to taper back.
So what's the plan to return?
So it's built out of geotextile fabric and was built in a way that it retains itself.
Okay, I see. So that's existing.
Yes.
Anything else?
This should be just that. Just raise,
So they,
building.
yeah, no, the building permit, both of these buildings are over the, right, for community housing mitigation, right now it's tiered for less than 2,000, 2,000, 4,500, and 4,500 above. Both of these are 4,500 above. So I think that the fee for community housing mitigation is 26,115. So per building, that would be collected as with the building permit. Inclusionary zoning is also, both projects are subject to inclusionary zoning, which is another 62,150. That. the
Well, so
payment-
we're not getting.
It is a payment in lieu.
It's okay. And then should the other two come on board? That's just. additional.
We need to say it. Yeah. Whatever.
Anybody else?
Probably for staff, the 17 approval that Bureau then include 4 units on 50 and 160.
The feeder road is, change the question, but the feeder roads are. That.
Okay.
I mean, per code, 1 and 2 is a shared driveway, and then feeder roads are private roads.
And the, assuming the buildings on stilts, height is factored into that.
It is, and both of them are just under the maximum 50 height. And from that one elevation too, it looks, and I think the color shows it, it does kind of step back, I think on B to 2 separate buildings.
So our average is actually
Average just makes it. But because we measure highest point of the roof to the average existing grade. And they're not changing, or the proposed grades aren't different, except for around the driveway.
Okay. Somebody like to make a motion? Oh, yeah, sure.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I chatted with Carlos quick and just had some questions. So those places are sweet, nice work. I find it kind of interesting. I might be about 5 years late for these comments, but.
Sorry,
Right?
thank you, Lynn.
Yeah. So it seems like so these are all zoned within the DDA, so there's would be different initiatives, I think, for that type of zone. than, single family homes. And so all these homes have access to residential neighborhoods. If you're looking at 3 homes off that upper row, I guess you can just look at on the first lot, that's just single family. So, yeah. So there's 4 homes. So, and they're quite large, and so you're probably, say they, 5, 6 cars per house, you're looking at 20 cars, multiple trips a day. So there's really no accessibility to these homes, even though they're within the DDA. So, and then if we look at the master plan, one of the big things that said repeatedly, in the master plan is accessibility, walkability, access to public transportation. And I'd say none of these homes meet those goals with the current site plan. And they're in the DDA. So I think it's the town's goal and the same for the council, but I think we're trying to get these people to sound them out. We're trying to get them on public transportation. And we're trying to get them to stay in commercial corridor since they're. So it's just, I struggle to reconcile that with this site plan. I wonder if we can go back to the developer and try and figure out a proper egress to get them down to West End so we can get them on the bus. And that's literally going to save 100 trips a day, potentially. 20, 25 cars, it's all built out. Right now, so we can't take that. And then, so I guess that's my concern there, and I just don't know how to reconcile that. The other question, I don't know if this would be for the council, but addressing Cinnamon, again, the road's going to be up, and then there's, I'm not sure what the speed limit is on the road because there's no signage. 20, but if you actually go 20, it's not really that safe. So I don't know if that's for this group, but I encourage you guys to go drive by Bill and Corky's house at 20 and stay in the lane and see if that feels okay. Just don't hit Corky, because she's probably happy.
It should be 20, and I actually got a speed limit sign on Bellevue this year by asking Bobby, so just ask Bobby.
Okay. So I think 20 is too fast.
But we see we can fix that.
Yeah. So that was a B, we're going to throw 100 cars a day.
So it brings up a good question, if this isn't DDA, is it subject to DDA design guidelines and for those reviews?
They were not. It was missed by B that it was in the DDA. Subject to that.
So I don't know how we can approve this unless we know it's kind of DDA design guidelines. That's how we present it. I would move to continue.
Keep a motion on the table. Second. Discussion on the motion.
You guys clarify if that's for both design reviews?
I would move to continue.
That would be until DDA has a chance to review
EDA doesn't review it, we need to review it.
it. DDA guidelines.
Okay, and I think we're going to find materials are an issue.
Can I ask?
We got a motion on the table, but, is there any other discussion on the motion? It's got to call room.
Cory,
Yes.
Randy,
Yes.
Lisa? Yes. Nancy?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Justin?
I'm at 61 Cinnamon Mountain Road, Gloria Floyd, and one of the concerns I have is the snow load. So down here, but the plow comes through there and pushes. And all traffic. Especially the dirt road. To Corky's house. So where I would voice my concern about that. I don't want all the snow being pushed to my lot.
So the concern is the, this.
Only lines on the see lines. So when the plow comes, pushes all snow.
I have not.
And I don't know how we would push it where you show your snow storage.
Down on the process area.
The plow's not gonna go down.
This is a private lot.
Yeah, it would be.
Oh,
This is not a public road.
oh, okay.
But all the town would blow the cul-de-sac, but once you get there, Peter, okay.
Okay.
It's more of a concern for the city. Wow, for that.
They've been using the end of the cul-de-sac as a giant snow storage. Now it has to go somewhere else.
Right.
And it can't go in their snow storage.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, cul-de-sacs out.
So they'll put it wherever they.
Yeah. We have to do.
So site plan should probably not should be there so much.
You have a motion that is asking us to continue to such time that, the staff can do BDA level design guidelines. Design. Do you have any questions?
No, I will give you the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, any scrolling problems, I think, Leah's got the next agenda item, is that right?
Yes, next agenda item is other business. That's okay.
Oh, so we're out of business first.
We are.
Okay, yeah, quick update on last night's council meeting, it was a long one, we were there till 10:30. Yeah, started for, most of you guys were there for the work session on the master plan. A lot was done, so I'm not, but I'll hit on the key items of this. I might be aside from the master plan. Part of, was Hunter Ridge, probably didn't get to Hunter Ridge until 9 o'clock. So we were a little, well, we were a little fried at that point. We did have, a discussion, probably about an hour or so, and we continued the discussion, to request, some additional comments on the traffic study. Do not a full-blown analysis, but some, seasonal adjustment. To see they just wanted, a little bit more time to digest it, given their state at that moment. And then, gave me some, guidance to, maybe elaborate on like, so I think the approach at the next meeting, when we get scheduled, will be to go through those items. There were 4 other items, like sprinkler systems. Seven, about 10 items. We spent a lot of time with talking about slopes and soils and all that stuff. They had their engineer available to answer questions. So let's see where it goes. Second meeting, answer. They are another relevant piece is their Greg I get this slightly wrong, let me know, is they're having discussions on the town manager search. They're going to, have additional information on that on the second. I think that was highlights from last time.
What the updates on homestead?
We're having an executive session tomorrow, to discuss that, but other than that. Or there wasn't.
Can't even talk So, have any other business?
So the next meeting. We'll have the prospect subdivision sketch plan of the public hearing. Search.
Potentially. Bridges. All bridges, Colorado. We'll see, yeah. Schedule right now. Are there any work sessions?
Probably, but I haven't scheduled them yet.
Are you up? Are you?
Do it, adjourn.
Oh,
Just a work
work session. Should we adjourn? Sarah, you second?
Second.
Cory, all in favor, please say aye. No, call the roll.
Nancy.
Yes.
Randy. Cory.
Yes.
Lisa. Yes. Sarah. Yes.
Okay.
Overnight.
We're adjourned.